Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. You haven't missed a whole lot. 4 pitches and a walk to Amani Kosum. So she's at first. Haley Evans is now ahead 1-0 in the count. So Lady Tigers lineup is Amani Kosum, Haley Evans, Chloe Lunar, and then Davi Gonzalez, Iceland Ortiz, and Alyssa Bautista. Elise Ramon, Chloe Evans, and Allison Cisco as the pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Evans was showing bunt. The pitcher is going to be Araya Cordova. Lady Tigers in their black uniforms with gold pinstripes, gold lettering and numerals outlined in white. Oregon Mountain in their teal uniforms with white pinstripes, white lettering and numerals as the pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Defensive setup for Oregon Mountain. Abigail Sanchez is the catcher. First base is Haley Justice. Second baseman Emily Lucero. Shortstop is Natalie Menchaca, and the third baseman Leah Malero as the pitch misses down and in. And the count's even at 2-2. Outfield for Oregon Mountain. In left, it's Ariana Fuentes. Center field is Yasmin Hernandez, and right field is Hannah Justice. The 2-2. And that's a pop-up that should stay in play. And it's going to be the first baseman that's going to catch it in foul territory. And there's one down. As you are probably hearing, it is pretty windy today. Wind kind of coming across from left to right. I don't know. It feels like it's blowing right in my face right now. So that would be straight in from left field. But honestly, it's kind of hard to tell with all the different stuff that's around here, whether it's just kind of bouncing off things. Swing and a miss from Lunar. Out to second base, sliding in on the steal is Kosum. And so the Lady Tigers put a runner in scoring position. Lunar will be behind the count 0-1. Missing low and outside to the lefty, 1-1. Cordova, right-handed pitcher for Oregon Mountain. These two teams technically finished tied for second in District 3 5A. Alamo in the tiebreaker because of the series win. And fouled off by Lunar, 1-2. There's no secrets here. There's nothing to be surprised about. And either team, they know what they're going to see pitching-wise and know what they're going to see from the different hitters. So at the end of the day, it's just all about executing and doing the things you know that you can do. 1-2. And that's going to miss outside. 2-2. I am kind of back and to the right of home plate, so it's going to be sort of difficult to tell inside, outside. High, low will be very easy. 2-2. That's in the dirt. One hops to the catcher. Kosum does not try to advance. And so Lunar 3-2. The payoff. Swing and a miss and struck her out. 2 down. As Araya Cordova, after giving up the leadoff walk, in fact, she missed on her first 5 pitches, has bounced back nicely here for Oregon Mountain. Getting the pop out and then the strikeout. And Davi Gonzalez will come to the plate, trying to get the Lady Tigers going early. Top of the first inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, no score. Pitch from Cordova's outside and low, 1-0. Another lefty in the Lady Tiger lineup. That's something Alamo's had pretty good wealth of in recent years, is a mix of hitting from the right and the left side. That's going to be low and away, and it's 2-0. That's in there for a strike. And it's 2-1. Lady Tigers with a runner on second base with 2 down in the top of the first inning. As a foul ball came rocketing in from the adjacent field. That's something that you'll have happen throughout the game. Thankfully, that didn't hit anybody. That landed right in front of home plate. All right, so Dobby stepping back into the box. And she'll swing and miss, and 2-2 now. Coach Lenar in the first base box for Alamogordo today. Coach Ronnie Reyes in the third base box. Runner on second and a 2-2 count with 2 down. The pitch fouled off as Dobby gets a piece of it and keeps her at bat alive. I almost played a lot on this particular field over the last number of years here at State. Then, I mean, to be honest, they've played on all 4 here at Cleveland High School. This has been a place that the Lady Tigers are very familiar with. The 2-2. That is just going to miss. I don't know if that was low or if that was outside. It was pretty close. 3-2. Say where it was at the knees, I think it must have missed outside. The payoff. And it's lined hard and foul. And it'll be another 3-2. That's the best contact that a Lady Tiger hitter has registered off of Cordova so far. And she'll step back up and try to straighten that out, get that inside the lines for the Lady Tigers. No score, top of 1 if you're just joining us. Alma with a runner on second. Here comes another payoff. And again, fouled off. This is popped up, but it's going to fall into the dirt. And this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat here. Keeping innings alive, even if you just draw a walk here and you get another batter up. That is the name of the game in the state postseason. Give yourself more and more opportunities. Fouled off again. So the 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. With 2 outs and a runner on second and a full count to the Lady Tiger third baseman, Davi Gonzalez. Lefty steps back in, taps the opposite side of the plate with the bat, puts it up on her shoulder, and she'll hit this one to the right side. It's going to be fielded cleanly by the first baseman. And stepping on the bag herself is Haley Justice, and the inning is over. So the Lady Tigers get a walk, no hits, no runs, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, as the Lady Tigers unable to get on the board in the top of the first. Oregon Mountain's opportunity now as they're the home team here in the bottom of the first inning. Lady Tiger defensive setup as it has been here late in the season. Of course, Chloe Lennar pitching, Haley Evans catching. It's Alyssa Bautista at first. Iceland Ortiz is at second base. Shortstop, Amani Kosum. And Davi Gonzalez is the third baseman. First pitch is going to miss high, as the leadoff hitter for Oregon Mountain is Natalie Menchaca, the shortstop. Reagan Rose is the left fielder for the Lady Tigers. Center fielder is Chloe Evans, and the right fielder is Allison Cisco. This one is fouled off up the first base side, and the count evens up at 1-1 on Menchaca. Rest of the order for Oregon Mountain. Emily Lucero, the second baseman, hits second. Hannah Justice, the right fielder, hits the 3 spot. Their cleanup hitter is Leah Malero. She's their third baseman. Off-speed pitch that's going to miss high. And 2-1. Rest of the lineup for Oregon Mountain, Ariana Fuentes. The left fielder hits 5th. The pitcher, Araya Cordova, hits in the 6th spot. As here comes the next one and fouled off. And 2-2. Abigail Sanchez, the catcher, hits 7th. Hitting 8th is Haley Justice, the first baseman. And Yasmin Hernandez, the center fielder, will hit in the number 9 spot. 2-2 the count. Leadoff hitter for Oregon Mountain in the bottom of the first inning. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Fouled off again. And the count stays 2-2. And we're down to 7 teams remaining in the 5A state playoffs. After this game's finished, it'll be down to 6. As that pitch misses at the eyes, 3-2. Lennar rolling the softball on her left leg. And now puts it into her glove. Into the motion. Here's the pitch. And this is hit pretty well at the left center field. That's going to get down into the gap. Menchaca is going to round first. She'll hold up and stop there, but it's a leadoff single for Natalie Menchaca. And Oregon Mountain gets started with a base knock. So both teams get a base runner to start. And Emily Lucero, the second baseman, will come to the plate. She hits from the right-hand side. And we're going to watch that one miss inside. And the count's 1-0. Runner on first and nobody out. Bottom of the first inning with no score. This is popped up, but it'll get out of play up the first base side. Foul ball, and the count's 1-1. And we need some softballs and some of the crew that helps out here at Cleveland High School, bringing those in. And say again, the folks here do a fantastic job in hosting the state tournament. They're hosting the 4A and 5A teams this year as they did last year. And a hard hit ball that is through for a base hit up the middle, and it's back-to-back singles for Oregon Mountain, and they've got first and second here with nobody out. And Hannah Justice will come to the plate with an opportunity to put her team on top here early.
Everybody's moving on the release, ladies. Stop ball.
Lennar ready, and here's the pitch. And this is pretty well hit. Will it stay fair? It is a foul ball. That one just kept hooking, and we've got a perfect vantage point here. We're looking right up the line up third base. Can't see first base particularly well, but I can see up the third base line, and that one was very close, and that would have been trouble. Certainly one run would have scored, if not more. And instead, the count's 0-1. And that's in the dirt, and it's going to kick to the backstop, and that's going to allow both runners to move up. So second and third now for Oregon Mountain on the wild pitch. And the count evens on Justice, 1-1. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off and off the leg of Justice, who just took that like it was nothing. 1-2. These kids are tough. I was talking with Haley Evans prior to the game, and she's taking warm-ups from Chloe, and you just hear the pop of the glove as this is popped up and out of play. I just asked her, how does your hand not hurt? And it was actually kind of shaking off her hand. I'm sure after a while, you take those pitches over and over. I don't know if it's numb or whatever it is, but Chloe was certainly throwing some heat as she can. Off-speed pitch, but this is sent out to right center field, and that's down all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. Justice rounding second. She's going to try to get to third. The throw in is going to be just a little bit late. It's a stand-up triple and 2 RBIs for Hannah Justice. And Oregon Mountain jumps on top early, 2-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Now Justice waited on that changeup spin ball that Lunar throws, and she was able to get some really good contact into it and push it out to right center field and all the way to the wall. Single, triple for Oregon Mountain. And this is fouled off by Leah Malero. 1-0 the count. I'm sorry, 0-1. Now a tough start here for the Lady Tigers, but a long way to go. This is fouled off and out of play. And so Lunar, I think we're waiting for some softballs here. We've had a number of them fouled off. And I guess we don't have any in the bucket here. So we're in the need of softballs at the moment. So if you are just joining us, Lady Tigers in the top of the first inning. Monty Kosum drew a leadoff walk, and the Lady Tigers then went pop-out, strikeout, and ground out. But here in the bottom of the first, Oregon Mountain single, and then triple, and it has them in front 2-0. There, we got some softballs. We're ready to go now. And still nobody out here in this bottom of the first inning. That pitch is going to miss high. Trying to get Malero to chase. 1-2. And the pitch. Pops this one up and out of play. And it'll remain 1-2. Now, if we learned anything from last year in the Lady Tigers in the state playoffs, I think Alamo fell behind, was it 5-0 in that game? The Cruces rallied all the way back, and so anything can happen as this is hit hard and foul. And I will say one thing for Oregon Mountain in this first inning, they're making a lot of contact on these pitches and have been hitting them hard. The 1-2. Pops this one up and out of play. And I think we're out of softballs again. Now, Oregon Mountain is definitely putting bat to ball here early and keeping at-bats alive. That triple was on a 1-2 count. The single early was on a 3-2 count. This is a 1-2 count, and this will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. This is in the dirt and rolls to the backstop, and it'll take a good carom off of the pole, and so it does not allow the runner to score from third, and it'll be 2-2. And this is hit hard out to center field. It is carrying. It is all the way out to the wall. It is grabbed out there by Evans. She'll toss it into second, but it's a double for Malero. And 3-0 Oregon Mountain still with nobody out. And Coach Fernando Lunar is going to come out and talk to his pitcher. With a rough start to this one for the Lady Tigers. 4 hits and 3 runs for Oregon Mountain. And if not for a tall center field wall, and it is a tall, they kind of has an embankment that it rises on, like the field or the wall in right field is even taller. It rises from center field and then keeps going up out to the foul line in right field. That one might have been gone. Like back at Lady Tiger Field, it's kind of a short fence. That one certainly could have cleared it. So it'll bring up Ariana Fuentes with the runner on second, still nobody out, and Lennar trying to settle down here and get herself the first out, as that'll be a check swing and a swing at it from Fuentes on a pitch in the dirt, 0-1. At this point, it's just trying to limit the damage and hope the bats can get going for the Lady Tigers in the top of the inning. That's a one hop back to the catcher, 1-1. Oregon Mountain benches. Sorry, folks, for dropping out there. You missed a ground out to first base by Fuentes that did score the run from third, and so it's 4-0 Oregon Mountain. And right now the count is 2-2 to Araya Cordova. And pitches high, 3-2. So there's one down in the inning. The bases are empty. And it's Oregon Mountain 4-0 in this bottom of the first inning. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. So back-to-back outs for Chloe Lennar. And Abigail Sanchez comes to the plate. The catcher will get her first at-bat for the Lady Knights. So again, single, then 2 RBI triple. Scored the first 2 runs for Oregon Mountain. As the first pitch fouled off, 0-1. And then Leah Malero, an RBI double, an RBI ground out for Ariana Fuentes. And the strikeout from Gordon has 2 outs. But Oregon Mountain, with the start that they were hoping for, as this is fouled off and out of play by Sanchez, 0-2. Araya Cordova. And I wrote it down. It looks, for some reason, looks like Gordon. It's Cordova. That was the pitcher that was up last. Anyway. And that is just going to miss low, 1-2. Pretty good pitch there from Chloe Lunar. Yeah, they said low. It was close for sure, but went with that spin ball and didn't get the call. The 1-2. Foul tip. And it'll stay 1-2. Now, if you're going to have a rough inning like this, you'd rather have it at this point in the game, as you've got 6 innings to try battle back. And that is going to get the outside corner for a called strike 3. And so back-to-back strikeouts for Lunar. A tough first inning, but the Lady Tigers will try to battle back here in the top of the second. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Oregon Mountain leads Alamogordo 4-0. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other restrictions do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Oregon Mountain leads Alamogordo 4-0. And it'll be Iceland Ortiz to lead it off for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. An elimination game here at the Class 5A state tournament. Winner of this game will play Cleveland High School tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. 1-0 is in there for a strike. Ortiz and Bautista, and then Roman, as this one is hit in the air out the left field, but directly at the left fielder. Good contact there from Ortiz, but it was sent to Fuentes, and she had to take a couple steps to her right. Was able to make the grab. And it'll bring up Alyssa Bautista now, hitting in the number 6 spot for the Lady Tigers. Another lefty in the Lady Tigers lineup. Right, Cordova winds and deals, and first pitch is a outside ball, and the count is 1-0. This is hit out in the air to left field, and again, parking underneath that, not having to move much, was Fuentes, and there's 2 down. Yeah, Lady Tigers made good contact on both of those, but unfortunately find themselves with 2 outs quickly here in the top of the second inning. As Elise Roman steps up for the first time today, a designated player. And she'll watch the first pitch hitter. So a hit by pitch puts the second base runner on for the Lady Tigers. Well, if it hit her, it barely hit her. I couldn't even tell, and I'm pretty close. But the umpire closer. And so it'll bring up Chloe Evans. And with her speed, she'll You're looking to maybe try to lay down a bunt here to get on. Squares around, brings it back. Pitch misses down and in. He'll step back in. Runner on first base for the Lady Tigers with 2 down. Again, squares the bunt, puts it back on her shoulder, swings, and misses at it 1-1. Lady Tigers trailing 4-0 in the top of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Swing and a miss. 1-2 as Cordova continues to look sharp. And she's a strike away from getting the shutdown inning after her team gave her a lead to work with. It's the 1-2. Swing and a miss and struck her out. 2 strikeouts for Cordova. And the Lady Tigers remain hitless here through 2 innings of play. We go to the bottom of the second on the Richardson Motor scoreboard as Oregon Mountain trying to add on to a 4-0 lead. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Hi, I'm Michael with First National Bank. We've been serving our community for 70 years. Our mission is still simple, putting people first. We're local and invested in helping our community thrive. That's what sets First National Bank apart.
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019 as Oregon Mountain up for the second time, and they lead things off with their number 8 hitter, Haley Justice. It's 8-9-1 in the order for Oregon Mountain in the bottom of the second, and they lead 4-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And that'll miss low, and the count evens up at 1-1. So it'll be Justice, then Hernandez, and Menchaca. That's up and away. 2-1 the count. And it was 4 hits in that first inning for Oregon Mountain. And another run scoring on a ground out. Also, 3 wild pitches help move runners around. As that pitch is right in there for a strike on the outside corner. And then the count evens up at 2-2. And a hard hit ground ball right to Kosum at short. She tosses on to first for the out. 6-3 on the putout. And 1 down. Now that's something Lady Tigers could really use as a quiet inning here, not having to battle through. And I think just to kind of build confidence back a little bit for Chloe Lennar after a tough first inning. And they'll bring up Yasmin Hernandez now, hitting from the right-hand side. And this one is pretty well hit, and it's a base hit, as it'll sneak in between third and shortstop into the outfield. And that'll be the 5th hit for Oregon Mountain. And it'll bring up Natalie Menchaca, who singled and scored in the first inning. And she'll step into the right-hand side. The exact opposite here for Oregon Mountain. Yeah, you've got yourself a 4-0 lead, but, you know, we've seen it enough in the state playoffs that Leads don't stay safe. You want to just keep the momentum and the foot to the pedal here. Swing and a miss from Menchaca, 0-1. The 0-1. And that's going to miss down and in, 1-1. One out and a runner on first base for Oregon Mountain. And a check swing, and it's going to be a call strike anyway. Counts 1-2. I think especially if Chloe can go through this top part of the order and get some outs, that would really be a confidence booster. The 1-2. And this is softly hit towards short, just over the head of Kosum and gets into the outfield. So a soft little liner is able to get over the head of the shortstop, and that'll be the second hit of the day for Menchaca. Wasn't as hard hit as some of the others have been today, but gets them runners on first and second and right into this heart of the order, which hit the ball well in the first inning, has an opportunity to extend this Oregon Mountain lead. So Lucero, who singled and scored, comes up, and she hits a foul ball off her foot that went into play. Home plate umpire is, from the get-go, he was calling a foul ball. So it'll be 0-1. Lunar went to play the ball as she should, went to third to get the force out. But it was dead ball right away. The 0-1. And outside it misses. Count evens up. The 1-1. And well hit, but right back to the circle. They'll step on the bag at third and get the force out. And there's two down. So Lenar quickly got it over to Davi. Davi had to sort of take a step back. She was a little bit in front of the bag, and it sort of slowed her down in her ability to maybe try to go to first and get the double play. But you get the lead runner. Fielder's choice, 1-5. And Hannah Justice check swing on a pitch in the dirt. And good work by Evans to keep that in front of her, did not allow the runners to advance. And so 0-1 to Justice, who tripled out to right center field her first time up and brought in the first two runs of the game. The 0-1. And she gets a ground ball that is through the middle. And we'll see if it scores a run. They're going to send her. Here's the throw home, and she's going to slide in behind a tag opportunity. Evans never really had control of the softball. And it'll be second and third. RBI single for Justice. She advances on the throw, but she's got 3 RBIs. And Leah Malero, who doubled in a run, has runners on second and third. 5-0 Oregon Mountain in the bottom of the second inning now. That was Menchaca that came around and scored for Oregon Mountain. And first pitch is going to miss, 1-0. Now, Lady Knights have an opportunity to break this game wide open with a base hit. That is low and away, 2-0. And 3 singles in the inning for Oregon Mountain. That's in their first strike, 2-1. And that's one thing you say about this game. It hasn't been, sometimes it's been mistakes that have caught the Lady Tigers here and there. Oregon Mountain's come up and hit the ball really well today, as this is fouled off. 2-2. Now trying to keep the damage to a minimum. She can get Malero and get out of this inning. Runners on second and third with 2 down. 5-0 Lady Knights. As Lenar comes set, here's the pitch. And she goes that off-speed pitch and got her to get in front of it, swing and a miss. And the inning is over. So it is the third strikeout for Lunar, and she allows just the one run, forces two to be stranded there for Oregon Mountain. And we go to the top of the third. Lady Tigers got to get the bats going, trailing 5-0. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As Allison Cisco leads it off for the Lady Tigers. A 1-0 count. Number 9 hitter, then back to the top of the order, 1-2. She'll watch that one in for a strike. And the count evens up at 1-1. Cisco waiting for the call from Coach Ronnie Reyes. Now she steps back into the box. 5-0 Oregon Mountain on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And a running hit that may get her on. Toss to first, not in time. And the Lady Tigers have a leadoff single. That's exactly what Alamogordo needed. Just get something started. Got a first hit of the game. And you got the top of the order coming up. Speedy runner at first. Amani Kosum walked in her first at-bat, also registered a stolen base. And first pitch is going to miss inside, 1-0. And that's going to be on the inside corner for a called strike. As the count evens up at 1-1. Mariah Cordova continues pitching well for the Lady Knights. Hadn't given up a hit until that infield single from Cisco. That's high and away. 2-1. And we talked about it plenty during our broadcast this year. Amani's been the most consistent hitter in this group for the Lady Tigers. And certainly when you're trying to put together a rally with a runner on, somebody that you want at the plate that's going to come in and hit her. So Lady Tigers with runners on first and second with a single and a hit by pitch. And now Haley Evans with an opportunity. The infield for Oregon Mountain going to talk it over. And like I mentioned, if you're going to fall behind by 5 runs, you'd rather do it early. Give yourself as many opportunities to try to rally back. And here's a golden opportunity. Lady Tigers need runs this inning, especially with the heart of the order with runners on. So Cisco at second and Kosum at first, and Evans to the plate. She popped out in foul territory up the first baseline. And she swings and misses the first offering, 0-1. Haley, one of the 4 seniors in this group. Amani over at first base. Alyssa Bautista, Parker Wade. And that's going to be in there for a strike as it catches the outside corner. And so 0-2 now to Evans. And she swings and misses that one upstairs. And that'll be strikeout number 3 for Cordova. And there's one down. And it'll bring up Chloe Lennar, one of those 3 strikeout victims that coming back in the first inning. She's 0 for 1. That's up at the letters, 1-0. First time the Lady Tigers have had 2 runners on today. They did have one in scoring position back in the first. And this is well hit out to right center field. That is all the way up to the wall. 1 run will score. Kosum is running hard. She will turn the corner at third, and she will come home, and the Lady Tigers are on the board. Chloe Lunar with a 2 RBI double, and Alamogordo find themselves down 5-2. A 1-0 pitch, able to pull it out to right center field. And so Davy Gonzalez is going to try to keep this going. So just 1 out in this top of the 3rd inning. Grounded out to first base in her only at bat. As Cordova winds and deals and sees this one fouled off and out of play. 0-1 the count. Well, I say big for the Lady Tigers to see the bats start to get going. The 2 games back at home were a little bit of a struggle hitting the softball. As it's up, and it's 1-1. Fouled off again to the opposite side, out of play. And the count is 1-2. Stavi steps back in. The runner on second. 1-2 is just going to miss. 2-2. Cordova ready to go. So is Gonzalez. And that pitch is going to be in the dirt. And well done by the backstop there, Abigail Sanchez. She kept that in front of her. Does not allow the runner to advance. But 3-2 now. So just 1 out in the inning. And a runner on second. 2 runs for home for Alamo in the top of the 3rd. Fouled off. And that at bat with Gonzalez was, I think she went 10 pitches against Cordova the last time she was at the plate. Cordova won that battle. We'll see who comes out on top here. And another 3-2. Popped up, and it will fall just in front of the diving third baseman. And that'll be another 3-2 coming to Gonzalez. She'll get a couple of words of encouragement from Coach Lunar over in the first base box before she steps back in. Good effort there by Leah Malero to try to get to that foul ball. So the 8th pitch of the at-bat here. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. See if it's deep enough for the run to score. They're going to hold Lunar. That was the right call. With only one out, give your batters an opportunity here. But it's a single for Gonzalez, and after 2 innings of not being able to register a hit, 3 in the inning. So Iceland Ortiz to hit the ball well. We're going to see time called, and one of the Oregon Mountain coaches is going to come out and talk to his infield and his pitcher. Ortiz hit it well. She lined it, but just directly at the left fielder Fuentes. (5-2) Oregon Mountain. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. Lady Tigers with 2 runs in the top of the third. And still threatening with runners in the corners and 1 out. As umpire calling time and talking with somebody. I think it's one of the, I'm not sure what was going on there. One of the field umpires was talking to, I think, one of the other umpires that was sitting here outside the field. So I'm not sure. Swing and a miss from Ortiz. She takes a big swack at. That would be a swing or a hack. I think I put the 2 words together, 0-1. I'm inventing new words here. Runners in the corners for the Lady Tigers with 1 out as Cordova winds and deals. Trying to hit that outside corner, but doesn't get the call. 1-1. Ortiz has hit the softball really well since she came back from injury towards the end of March. She missed some early games for the Lady Tigers, but in district, really one of the more consistent hitters in the Lady Tiger lineup. Fouled off and out of play, 1-2.
Hey, battle, baby. Hey, battle, baby.
The pitch. That's high and away. 2-2. Both runs in on a double from Chloe Lunar. She still stands at third base. Ortiz trying to bring her in. Gonzalez at first. That's going to miss up and away. 3-2.
Hey, don't change, man. Let it come to you, kid.
This is hit out in the air to right center field. And it's going to be snagged there. Here comes the throw in. It's going to be off the mark. Run will score easily. And Gonzalez able to get out to second on the play, but a sac fly RBI for Iceland Ortiz. And I think we got ourselves a new ball game here. It's 5-3. Now some great mettle here shown by the Lady Tigers after such a tough start. She just kind of knew with how these two teams played each other this year, this was going to be a close one. And there's something up the third base line that, or in the Alamogordo dugout, I'm not sure what's going on, but and so I guess they're okay. They've ready to go now. All right, so it'll be Alyssa Bautista. By the way, we've got a pinch runner for the Lady Tigers that has come on. That is number 26, that Ava Haley, I believe. This is hard hit, now to play by Bautista, 0-1. I think there was a photog that was in the Alamogordo dugout taking pictures, and I think there's rules on where exactly you can be. I don't think you can be in the play or in the field of play. If I remember what the NMAA sent out early in the season, that was not a long time ago, though. Actually, they probably sent something out recently, but 1-1 to count. Runner on second. Lady Tigers trying to make this a one-run game. That's going to miss the letters. 2-1. Now, especially if Chloe Lennar can keep Oregon Mountain from getting back on the board. It's be fun to watch down the stretch. That's going to come in and hit her. And so another hit by pitch. That is the third of the game, I believe. Indeed. So it's first and second, and Elise Roman will come to the plate. She also was hit by a pitch. Are we going to get another pinch runner, or yeah, I think we're doing another pinch runner because Coach, I think Ronnie Reyes is coming over, and yeah, so we'll get Jocelyn Pittman that will run. So two speedy runners on the base pass here for the Lady Tigers. And if Roman can come up with base hit, certainly they can get one run across. If it's out to the gap, they could possibly score twice. So the righty Roman steps in. Cordova into motion. Here's the pitch, and fouled off, 0-1. That's a one hopper. It stays in front of the catcher. I'll tell you what, she's done a pretty good job today, has Abigail Sanchez, of keeping those pitches that are in the dirt in front of her. The 1-1. And that's going to be a called strike. Hits the inside corner. 1-2. And the pitch. This is hit high in the air. Should get out of play, and it will at the first base side. And so we'll keep it 1-2. Top of the third inning, Lady Tigers with 3 runs across. They trail 5-3. Want to keep the rally going here with runners on first and second. Vermont looks back to the umpire, make sure she knows the pitch count. 1-2 is going to miss up and away, 2-2. Cordova winds and deals. One hop back to the catcher. 3-2. Chloe Evans in the on-deck circle if Ramon reaches. Runners will be able to get a head start here as well, with a full count and 2 out. And it's going to miss away. And so a walk. And gives the Lady Tigers the bases loaded with Chloe Evans to the plate. And we're going to see a lineup change, or going to see the right fielder for Oregon Mountain come in. That is Hannah Justice. I don't know if it's going to be a pitching change or... That would appear to be the case. So Justice will pitch. And she'll warm up and we'll take a break. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Oregon Mountain 5, Alamogordo 3. And we'll come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. As we celebrate 70 years, we want to say thank you to our community for trusting us. We are honored to serve our neighbors, families, and small businesses. That's the First National Bank difference.
Member FDIC.
Are you starting your own business or looking to expand? This is Jackie at First National Bank. It's easy. Apply online at www.fnb4u.com. Let's get started.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Hannah Justice pitches now. And Keelan Reyes replaced Arai Cordova in the lineup. And that pitch will miss low and away. 2-0 here to Chloe Evans. Bases loaded and 2 out in the top of the third inning. Lady Tigers already 3 runs across. And Evans with a base hit could tie this ball game. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. And that's going to miss low and away. 3-1. Now, I have to imagine it's never easy to come in a relief spot, especially with the bases loaded like this. You kind of try like to ease your way into it a little bit, but into the fire. And that's down and in. It's a walk, and the run will score. So an RBI on the walk, and it's 5-4. So to bring up Allison Cisco now, still with the bases loaded and 2 down. Cisco reached on an infield single her first time up. 10th hitter of the inning for Alamogordo. Cisco started this inning. She would score on that RBI double from Lunar. One-0 is going to miss inside. 2-0. And that's going to bring a visit to the circle. And I don't know if that's going to be another change or he's looking back to the dugout and he actually wants a bottle of water. So that's what he's going to give Hannah Justice a drink of water and try to get his pitcher in his infield to settle down here and try to get out of this inning with the lead. The Lady Tigers, the base hit, could take the lead after giving up the first 5 runs of this game. It's a brand new ball game. Pittman at third. Roman at second, Evans at first, and Cisco at the plates. Heading the count 2-0. Justice will put that right over for a strike, 2-1. And Cordova had been going really well until this inning. Lady Tigers finally got the bats going. That is going to miss inside, 3-1. You know, curious if you're taking here, if you're Alamo. That's in there for a strike, is it? Looked like the catcher was setting up outside. Ended up catching it back over the plate. And so the runners will get a chance to start earlier here with 2 outs. 3-2 the count. And that's a walk. So the second walk surrendered, and we are tied up. The Lady Tigers, after trailing 5-0, get it all 5 back here in this top of the 3rd inning. And the last 2 runs coming in on walks. And now Monty Kosum, who was hit by a pitch earlier, comes to the plate. So right into the heart of the order for Alamogordo. And that pitch is going to miss down and in. 1-0. And again, down and in, 2-0. So Justice coming in relief, having trouble finding the strike zone here. The 2-0. That's down again, 3-0. And the Lady Tigers will continue to take this. They can take the lead on another missed pitch. 3-0 is another walk. That misses inside. And Justice felt like that hit the strike zone. I can't really tell inside outside there, so not totally sure. But it's Roman who scores on that one. And so the bases will remain loaded here, and Haley Evans will get another opportunity. Pop out strikeout for her. Six to 5, Lady Tigers now in front in this 3rd inning after trailing 5-0. And that's going to get over for a strike. And 1-1 to Evans. And we know Haley can be one of those dangerous hitters on this team. And she goes around on a pitch that was low and falls behind the count 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and an 0-2 count. Now it'll just miss outside. 1-2. Good play discipline there from Evans to not offer at that. Didn't seem like that missed by much. One-two. And it's a ground ball to first. And able to recover and get to the bag in time was Justice, but the Lady Tigers score 6. They only end up with 3 hits in the inning. 2 of the runs come in off of walks, 1 on a sac fly, 3 came in on walks, and then 2 on the RBI double from Lunar, and then the sac fly from Ortiz. But Alamogordo in front, 6-5 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tigers! See you at the game.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. It's a 6-5 lead for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers after trailing 5-0. Now can they get a shutdown inning and hang on to that lead as Oregon Mountain comes up in the home half as this is fouled off by Leo Malero. I'm sorry, by Ariana Fuentes. And off-speed pitch, that'll get him there for a strike. 0-2. I'll tell you, nothing gets the fans excited when she can hit that spin ball. The 0-2. Up and away. 5-6 in the 7 in the order for Oregon Mountain. Fuentes grounded out but picked up an RBI back in the first inning. The 1-2. Check swing. Pitch is just going to miss up 2-2. And looking for the inside corner, doesn't get the call. 3-2. Now we saw in the last inning, umpires calling the strike zone pretty tight. Fouled off by Fuentes, and we'll go 3-2 again. Well, it feels a lot like last year between Alamogordo and Las Cruces. Alamo fell behind big early, rallied back. That was in the late innings, though. Still a ton of time left to go in this game. And this is hit in the air foul again out of play. And it stays 3-2. And needing some softballs. It's the home plate umpire. And a one hop to the backstop, and that'll be a walk for Fuentes. And Lennar on a different softball after that one. And Kaylin Reyes, who came into the game when Justice came into pitch. She'll hit here for Rye Cordova, who struck out her first time up. And so the first lefty in the lineup. She's trying to bunt. She offers at it. Or maybe it's been a called strike, but it's 0-1. Both the Lady Tiger infielders creeping up. And also Ortiz in second is shading over towards first base. She will not offer this time. Pickoff throw to first, and they were trying to catch Fuentes, not paying attention. Ortiz had been working back that direction, see if they could get a pickoff play. That's 1-1 here. And line and right at Davi. She'll toss the first. Not going to be in time to get the double play, but Gonzalez, who was playing up expecting a bunt, had that just hammered right at her, and she snags that and gets the line out for out number one. They'll bring up Abigail Sanchez now. So watch that pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Well, I doubt we've seen our final momentum swing in this game, but right now the Lady Tigers have it on their side. And goes off speed. It's in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Runner on first with one down. And hard hit, but foul, out of play, 1-2.
Chick-fil-A, Chloe, Chick-fil-A.
1-2 is a ground ball, and over to third. Gonzalez throws it over to first, and good scoop by Alyssa Bautista as that one hopped into her. Not an easy play for Gonzalez as she had to charge on it. It had a lot of spin on it, but she scooped it up and got the out. 5-3 on the putout, and Haley Justice, who grounded out to short her first time up. And that pitch is going to miss, I think, down and in. 1-0. That comes in and hits her. And so it'll be first and second with 2 outs, and Yasmin Hernandez, who singled in her only at bat, will come to the plate. Lady Tigers up by a run if you tuned in early and then tuned out. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1. And it was 5-0 Oregon Mountain, 6 runs in the top of the third, has Alamogordo in front. And trying to keep that lead. Oregon Mountain threatening again. Hard hit and foul. And so Lunar heading the count 0-2. And he'll send a new softball out to Lunar. Lady Tiger fans trying to get behind their pitcher here. And will miss high. Couldn't get Hernandez to and Lunar shaking her head like unsure on what the pitch call was. She steps back in. Hard hit out to right center field. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Oregon Mountain with 2 outs, and their number 9 hitter comes up huge. And she'll also advance to third as the throw in to home got through the legs of Evans. And Oregon Mountain gets 2 of those runs back here in the home half. And it's now 7-6, and they retake the lead. You know, felt like with 2 outs, close to getting out of that inning, and then hit by pitch and double. And now runner on third and back to the top of the order for Oregon Mountain. So it'll be Natalie Menchaca into a single twice and scored twice. And it's in the dirt. Evans keeps it in front of her. I don't know if it was the broadcaster's jinx there when I said that probably wasn't the last swing of momentum, but hard not to feel that way just based on what we've seen so far. This is going to be in the air out to right field. Is it going to stay in play? It's going to be a foul ball. No, it will not. And so it'll be 1-1 to Menchaca. Leadoff walk, but Fuentes on. Then it was a line out and a ground out. Hit by pitch and a double since then. Down and in, it misses. 2-1. The pitch. Getting that outside corner. No, didn't get the call. 3-1. Seven-6 Oregon Mountain. And looking for the inside corner. She'll get the call that time. 3-2. So it's 2 outs in the full count. Runner on third for Oregon Mountain. Already 2 runs home for them with 2 outs in the inning. Roddy Menchaca back in. Here's the pitch from Lunar. Swing and a foul tip, but it wasn't able to be held in the glove by Evans. And so we'll do it again. And I think the umpires are going to talk things over here, maybe to ask whether she had it long enough in her glove or that it was on the transfer, perhaps. I don't know. That it came out. I'm going to say it's a foul ball still. No, it doesn't hurt to have the, I think what, now I know what they're asking. They're asking if the other umpires felt like she made contact with it or not. That's what it was. Seemed like from here that you could tell that she did make a little bit of contact with it. Now a foul ball again for sure that time as she takes it off of her leg. Count stays 3-2. That runner on third. Oregon Mountain back in front, 7-6. After they gave up the lead in the top half, 6 runs home for the Lady Tigers. And a check swing. Did she go around? She did. They checked over the first base umpire. He says yes. And so the inning is over. A strikeout for Lunar. But Oregon Mountain does get 2 runs, and they retake the lead 7-6 on the Richland Motors scoreboard. We go to the top of the 4th. Lady Tigers back up to bat. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk. 1230, 1019.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Oregon Mountain in front of Alamogordo, 7-6. But from where this game was, going to the 3rd inning with Oregon Mountain in front 5-0, Lady Tigers are perfectly okay with that. As they're right back in it, and Chloe Lunar will lead things off. She'll see Hannah Justice for the first time. Justice replaced Cordova midway through that 3rd inning. And ahead in the count, 1-0 is Lunar. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Now, I believe Justice is Oregon Mountain's best pitcher. If I remember right from the first series, she came in and I think especially in that second game, pitched really well in relief as well at that point, as that pitch is going to miss, 2-1. And a hard hit and line right over towards Coach Reyes in the third base box. 2-2. Lennar got things going for Alamogordo with the 2 RBI double. She eventually came around and scored later that inning. 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout back in the first inning. Justice ready to go. And again fouled off pretty much the same direction. As the count remains 2-2. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for the Lady Tigers due up this inning. Lunar, Gonzalez, and Ortiz. And a ground ball that'll be over towards short. Fielded cleanly, but the throw is off the mark as that will get over the head, and it's an E6. So the shortstop, Menchaca, just a little bit too much juice on that. And it gives Alamogordo a base runner. We have Davi Gonzalez pitching the dirt. Sanchez keeps it in front of her. So the count 1-0 to Gonzalez, who singled and scored in the third inning. And that will be in there for a called strike, 1-1. Maybe a touch high. The 1-1. And that is going to be low, 2-1. Final games of the day happening here at Cleveland High School. They had to reschedule after some field issues. This was going to be played at noon as the pitch is low, 3-1. And got moved to 4:30. We did start on time, but we've had a lot going on here in this game. This is fouled off now to play by Gonzalez. 3-2 now. Runner on first with nobody out. And the pitch from Justice. Ground ball that's fouled at the third base line. We'll do it again. Tell you what, Davi's been deep into the count every time she's come to the plate. She went 10 pitches in the first inning, 8 pitches in the third inning, and this will be the 7th pitch of this at-bat. Seven-6 Oregon Mountain in front here in the top of the 4th inning. Lady Tigers, after a 6-run rally in the top of the 3rd, trying to keep the bats going. This is hit in the air out to center field. And back after it and making the grab is Yasmin Hernandez. And there's one down. So bring up Iceland Ortiz. Good contact there from Gonzalez. Off the bat, it looked like that might carry a long distance, but hung up and stepped in the box. Here's Iceland Ortiz. She brought in a run on a sac flyer last time up. She also lined out to left field in her first at-bat. And she'll try to put down a bunt, but she'll squib that foul behind home plate. And it's 0-1 to Ice. Ortiz steps back in. And she lays down a bunt. Should move the runner up. Toss on to first is going to be in time, though. So it does move Lunar to second. And we'll set it up for Alyssa Bautista. Second sacrifice of the day for Ice. And so Bautista, who was hit by a pitch and eventually scored in that third inning, then popped out to left field in her first at-bat. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. I'd probably call it evening. We're just coming up on 6 o'clock. And she'll watch the first one in there for a ball, 1-0. You are listening to KRSY 1230 AM, K270CS 101.9 FM. And, of course, we're online many ways. This is fouled off and out of play up the third base side. All the fielders give chase, but no chance, and it's 1-1. As you can listen to us on our Alamo Sports YouTube channel, alamosportsandtalk.com. If you download the Exciter Media app on your phone or tablet, you can listen to us there. And then also, as pitch is going to miss a little bit high, 2-1. On your Alexa device, enable Alamo Sports and Talk. Runner on second for Alamogordo. They're trying to come up with a 2-out hit here to tie this game back up. They trail 7-6. Bautista, ground ball to second. That's fielded nicely. And a good throw on to first. That's a really solid play from Emily Lucero for Oregon Mountain. And the inning is over. But the Lady Tigers down by just a run as we go to the bottom of the fourth. 7-6 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Congratulations, class of 2026. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. You have reached an incredible milestone, and we're so proud to celebrate this moment with you. As you step into what's next, know that your community is cheering you on. Keep believing in yourself and the endless possibilities ahead. Congratulations from all of us at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, 7-6. Oregon Mountain in front. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. And to the plates for Oregon Mountain is the number 2 hitter, Emily Lucero, who's 1 for 2. A single and a run scored back in the first, and a fielder's choice ground out in the second. As Lunar winds and deals, and right to Osum, who makes it a really nice play short, and another really nice scoop over at first base by Bautista, and 6-3 on the putout. One down for the Lady Knights here in the home half of the fourth. And it brings up Hannah Justice, who has tripled and singled and has 3 RBIs on the day. She has been a very tough out in this number 3 spot. She hits this high in the air and out of play up the first base side. And it's 0-1. Six runs, 2 hits for the Lady Tigers. 7 runs, 8 hits for Oregon Mountain. And a ground ball again to short. Fielded cleanly by Kosum. Toss on to first. And a quick 2 outs here in the inning for Alamogordo. So it'll bring up Leah Valero now, who's 1 for 2. RBI double back in the first, also a run scored. She struck out in her other at bat. And that was a big strikeout. That ended the second inning with runners on. And a ground ball right back to the circle. And the first 1-2-3 inning for Alamogordo in this game. And so the Lady Tigers go through the heart of the Oregon Mountain order and put them down 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Alamogordo trailing 7-6 on the Richland Motor scoreboard. We'll be back.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All accepted credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ground ball to third to start the inning for Elise Ramon. And the toss on to first is in time and a very quick first out. 5-3 on the putout. Well, after a very loud first 3 innings between the two teams, nobody scores in the 4th inning, and Lady Tigers here in the 5th trying to get something started with Chloe Evans, who walked, and that gave her an RBI back in that 6-run 3rd inning for Alamogordo. Here's a bunt and a tag out coming up the first base line as that was fielded cleanly by Haley Justice. 3 unassisted. And they'll bring up Allison Cisco. So I have Allison down for when she, in that 3rd inning, that she singled. I think the official score, I don't know if they played that as an error or. So I guess the hometown score. Another bunt attempt that's going to be fouled off 0-1. When I say hometown, I mean me. I'm more likely to give somebody a hit, I think, usually. Honestly, for either team, if I'm being completely fair. But she walked in, brought in a run. All of that came in the 3rd inning. She had 2 at-bats that inning. Lady Tigers sent 12 to the plate that time. Running swing, I should say. Yeah, it's fouled off up the 3rd base side, and now Allison will switch back over to the right-hand batter's box.
Hey, find a way, Marty. Find a way. Take it. Go, find a way.
Swing, and that one is fouled off and then went off the glove. Kind of surprised Oregon Mountain isn't coming out and asking whether she made contact there or not, similar to that way Alamo did. Here's another 0-2. Check swings. I'm going to say she went around on it, and the inning is over. So after Oregon Mountain goes down in order in the bottom of the 4th, Alamogordo will do the same. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Oregon Mountain holding on to a 1-run lead, 7-6. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, I'm Rachel with First National Bank. This year marks our 70th anniversary, and through every decade, one thing has remained constant: our dedication to community. We live here, we work here, and we're invested in the success of our neighbors. While big banks look outward, we stay rooted right here, building relationships that help our community thrive. That's the difference at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning, and a ball hit in the air out towards shallow left field. That's going to drop for a base hit for the leadoff hitter for Oregon Mountain, Ariana Fuentes. She picks up her first hit of the day. And gives Oregon Mountain a base runner to lead things off this inning. Fuentes was 0 for 1. She had grounded out but brought in a run, and then she walked and eventually scored in the third inning. So Kaylin Reyes, who has lined out, hit one hard right at Dobby, but she'll probably be looking to bunt. Yeah, she swings full of this, so no. 0-1. Doesn't mean she won't try bunt later in the at-bat, but it was an offering there. Was going to try to bunt, but that pitch missed high, 1-1. Runner on first and nobody out. Oregon Mountain looking to add on some insurance in the late innings here, as that pitch will miss low. 2-1. All Lady Tigers runs coming in the third. Oregon Mountain with 4 in the first, 2 in the second, or 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Has them in front 7-6. And it's a ground ball right back to the circle. Lunar has to spin and throw, and she makes the play. Good play there from Lunar. Back to the bag, and she has to turn, spin, and throw over that direction. Does move the runner up. And it'll bring up Abigail Sanchez, who has grounded out and struck out in her 2 tries. And the righty steps in with a runner in scoring position. Shows bunt and kind of used it to defend herself, and then Davi makes a really good effort to try and get to that. It was in the air, and she had an opportunity. I think it went off her glove, but she couldn't squeeze it. But that was more of a defensive posture for Sanchez than anything else. That pitch came up and in on her. So 0-1 now to Sanchez. She'll foul this one off to the cage. And the count's 0-2. Lunar ready to go. Swing and a miss and struck her out. 2 down, strikeout number 4 for Lunar. 5 for Lunar. They have a lot of credit to Chloe after that really tough first inning. She's kept her team in it. And also get Alamogordo back in it with that big 2 RBI double. And as that's in there for a strike. Showing a lot of toughness, both sides, I think. Alamogordo takes the lead. Oregon Mountain then comes back and scores 2 runs to retake the lead. It's been a fun one to watch. 0-1 here to Haley Justice. It's in the dirt, 1-1. Fuentes on second. She singled, moved up on the ground out from Reyes. Fouled off and out of play by Justice, and now 1-2. Oregon Mountain's been a good two-out, two-strike hitting team today. Took back the lead in that third inning with 2 outs. Also scored a run with 2 outs in the second. That's away. Couldn't get Justice to chase it. 2-2. Ground ball and foul ball up the first base line. And we'll do it again, 2-2. Bottom of the 5th inning. Oregon Mountain in front, 7-6. Runner on second with 2 down. And another 2-2 count. And again, hard hit. Again, foul up the first base line. And we'll keep it 2-2. That's something Oregon Mountain has done well, is keeping at-bats alive and giving themselves extra opportunities. And a ground ball right back to the circle. Lunar fields it cleanly. Toss on to first, and the inning is over. So leadoff single. Runner eventually gets the second, but not much doing in that inning for either team. And we go to the top of the 6th. Lady Tigers will have top of the order. Due up, Kosum, Evans, Lunar. 7-6, Oregon Mountain leads on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listed to Alamo Sports and Talk.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Top of 6, and Amani Kosum leads it off. Alamogordo trails 7-6. She'll foul off the first one. Amani, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. She's been on all 3 times. No official at-bat yet. She also has an RBI and a stolen base. Second time she's faced Justice. As that one's going to come in and hit her, and boy, Kosum took that off the ankle. And that definitely hurt. She is down on hands and knees in front of home plate. And certainly a tough break there, as she initially tried to walk it off, but now is still in a lot of pain, as Coach Ronnie and Charlene Reyes are standing over her at the moment. And it may just be a case of has to shake it off, and she's getting up now. She'll get a help up from Coach Fernando Lenar, and she'll jog it out up to first base. Tough young lady. As are all these kids. They are taking softballs off the body on a regular basis and diving for plays. And so Kosum gets on for the 4th time today. And with the heart of Alamogordo's order coming up, chance for Lady Tigers to try to tie it or take the lead. And Haley Evans 0 for 3 today. Pop out first, strikeout, and a ground out. Kosum stays on, so she'll stay on the base paths. And that first pitch is going to miss outside, 1-0. And popped up, and this might stay in play. No, it'll just get out. The count will leave up at 1-1. That was back behind home plate. Sort of hung up there, thought maybe the catcher was going to have a shot at it, but gets into the netting. And the count evens up with a runner on first and nobody out. In the late innings now, top of the 6th. So possibly the last time through this top of the order for Alamogordo. And that one just missed. That was a good pitch from Justice. It was right at the knees, and I think it just missed the outside corner, 2-1. One of those, if you're the hitter, you probably just take that. And going to miss away, 3-1. Chloe Lunar in the on-deck circle. A big moment for Alamogordo. They can get 2 on with Lunar, who has probably the biggest hit of the day. That's going to be a called strike as that hits the outside corner. Evans thought she had drawn the walk. She started running towards first, but 3-2. There it comes. And this is hit in the air out to left field. This is carrying out there. This is all the way to the wall. Kosum is already around third. She will score. We're tied. Haley Evans, an RBI double. And Alamogordo, ties it up at 7. So it'll be Chloe Lunar coming to the plate with a runner in scoring position. She got it going for Alamogordo in the third inning. Alamo was trailing 5-0. And that 2 RBI double started it. Lady Tigers would score 4 more runs that inning. But we're back all even here. And she hits one to second. Fielded cleanly, toss on to first, and that's one down. But it does move the runner up to third. And with a deep fly ball, Davi Gonzalez could give Alamogordo a lead. Gonzalez a single in the third, a pop out in the 4th inning, and a ground out in the 1st. 1 for 3 on the afternoon. As the lefty steps in, and she'll watch that at the letters, 1-0.
Get you some, kid.
Fastball right in there for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1.
Hey, who cares? So what? Here we go, kid.
And this is out in the left center field for a big hit. Alamogordo takes the lead. 8-7 on the RBI single from Davi Gonzalez, her second hit of the day. And Alamogordo, the top of the order, comes through here in this top of the 6th inning. As a hit by pitch to Kosum. Evans then doubled out to the wall. And I tell you what, Amani, she was absolutely flying around the base pass to score that tying run. Much easier there for Evans as she just scores in from third. And Iceland Ortiz will try to keep it going here. I'd want as much insurance here in the late innings as I could possibly get. As first pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Ortiz, she sac fly RBI, a sac bunt, and a line out in her 3 tries. And that's right on the outside corner again, 0-2.
Hey, take a deep breath. Relax, Iceland. You got this, man. And you're going to hit as long as you believe, kid.
And here it comes from Justice. popped up and out of play.
Hey, win a battle, babe.
And the Cal stay 0-2.
I said, remember why you're here, where you're going, man. No, you can't, kid.
Gonzalez on first with 1 out. Lady Tigers, 2 hits in the inning. And it's got them back in front, 8-7. They led 6-5. Oregon Mountain went back in front. Fouled off. And the Cal will stay 0-2. Oregon Mountain is the home team, so they do have last at bat as we head into the final innings.
Hey, we know you can, Icy. Let's go, babe.
That's why I say getting as much insurance for your pitcher, letting her have a 2, 3, 4 run lead in the late innings. Little in front of it there. And as Justice took one off, or took some speed off of that, and strikes out. 2 down. Justice with her second strikeout. And Alyssa Bautista, who has scored after being hit by a pitch, has popped out and grounded out in her 3 at-bats. 0 for 2 officially. And that is just going to miss. Assume low on that, 1-0.
It's the one, baby. It's the one, kid.
And a ground ball right side of the infield. And making the play is the second baseman, Lucero. But the Lady Tigers get 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning and have retaken the lead. 8-7. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Oregon Mountain to hit. You're listening to a Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All accepted credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hello, Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Richardson Motor scoreboard. Alamogordo back in front, 8-7. Solinar back out to pitch here in the 6th inning, and she'll roll the first one to the catcher, Evans, and Yasmin Hernandez the plate in this number 9 spot. She's had a great day, a single and a double, and 2 RBIs. She put her team back in front in the 3rd inning after Alamogordo had taken the lead 6-5, and a hard hit ball foul up the 3rd baseline, and the count evens up at 1-1. So it's 9-1-2 in the order for Oregon Mountain. And kind of similar here for Oregon Mountain. This may be their last run through the heart of the order. And low and away. 2-1. And that's going to miss high. And 3-1 now.
Hey, one pitch at a time, babe. No, you can't, Chloe.
And obviously for Oregon Mountain, if they can retake the lead here, they'll have a chance to close it out on the top of the 7th. That's going to be a called strike on the outside corner. And it's 3-2. Hernandez right back up the middle, a base hit. Lenar tried to reach the glove out there and get a piece of it, but it was past her. And the 3rd hit of the day for the number 9 hitter for Oregon Mountain. Well, he'll take that all day long. get that kind of hitting out of the bottom of the order. As Emily Menchaca comes to the plate, she's 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and a strikeout. See if she's swinging away or if they're trying to move the runner up. And low and away. 1-0. Hard hit, right to third. What a great play by Davi. Toss to second, get one. On to first. They got her. 5-4-3 double play. What a defensive effort there from Gonzalez. That was absolutely rocketed at her. She fielded it and then was quick on to second. And Ortiz made the turnover to first, and there's 2 down. Emily Lucero will come to the plate now with the bases empty. Singled back in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice, and grounded out in the fourth. This is fouled off and out of play. 0-1. What a way to erase that leadoff single. That'll roll back to the catcher. Count evens up at 1-1. That's 2 or 3 plays that Gonzalez has made over at third base today that have been superb. The 1-1. Ground ball right back to the circle. Off of Chloe's glove. She's able to recover and get to it and toss it on to first. And the Lady Tigers hold on to that lead. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Alamogordo looking for insurance runs. They lead 8-7 on the Richland Motors scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations.
Evacuation requested. INR visa.
Drive. That's what sets First National Bank apart.
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Lady Tigers in front, 8-7, and looking for some insurance here in the top of the 7th inning. Hannah Justice continues pitching for Oregon Mountain. Elise Roman to the plate. It's 7-8-9 in the order for the Lady Tigers. Roman hit by pitch, a walk, and a ground out, and has scored a run today, 0 for 1. And that'll hit the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. The line and the pitch. And it'll miss low. 2-1.
Amaze yourself, Elise. Amaze yourself, man. No, you can't get.
And hard hit and into the outfield for a base hit. This could be 2. Ramon is going to go to second. The throw in is not in time. Leadoff double for Elise Ramon. And the Lady Tigers have a runner on second. Try to add on to this 8-7 lead. So it'll be Reagan Rose that will come in to run for her. She is a designated player for Roman, or Roman is a designated player for her. And so Rose with a bit more speed out there at second base now. Got to think for your Alamo, you're maybe trying to bunt here with Evans to move the runner up to third, and with Chloe's speed, you could possibly get her on as well.
Hey, let's go, Chloe. Imagine that.
Chloe 0 for 2, a ground out, a strikeout. She walked and got an RBI on that in the third. And she does put down the bunt. And they're going to go to third. They do not get her. They had to tag her out, so the Lady Tigers at first and third. Well, I think if you're Justice there, you take the for sure out at first, but if there was a force, I think you throw to third, but because you had to tag her, makes it a little bit more difficult. So the fielder's choice puts Evans on, and the Lady Tigers have runners in the corners. And we'll see if Alamogordo maybe tries a double steal here. We haven't seen much of that from either team today. And it's down and in. I think we had one stolen base. Kosum back in the first inning. A long fly ball can give Alamogordo a little bit more breathing room. Runner goes. They decide to throw it just to the pitcher. The runner will go to second with basically no throw. They were trying to catch Rose getting too far away from the bag at third.
Come on, Allie girl. One positive out.
So it's 1-1 for Cisco. Ground ball to the right side. That's through for a base hit. At least one run scores. They're going to hold up Evans at third, but Alamogordo now leads 9-7. RBI single for Allison Cisco, second hit of the day. And Amani Kosum, as the Lady Tigers do get back to the top of the order. And if you're Alamo, you want every run you can get. I'll tell you something I didn't think about in the sixth inning. Kosum scored on that play from first base after she had taken that hit by pitch off the ankle. And, I mean, there was just no slowdown in what she did. You can tell she's kind of limping coming to the plate, so she's hurting a little bit. Certainly one of those very cliche things to say, but no tomorrow. You're going to go out there and regardless of whether you're hurting or not. And a base hit. Another run will score. Lady Tigers in front 10-7. Second RBI of the day for Kosum. Evans scores on the play, and now Haley Evans to the plate. Evans tied up the game with an RBI double in the sixth inning. That pitch misses. 1-0. And time going to be called as the Organ Mountain coach is going to go and talk to his pitcher. And a tale of two ends of games here. Organ Mountain scored 7 runs in the first 3 innings. Lady Tigers now have 4 runs in the last 2 innings and are still threatening with nobody out and 2 on. And their number 2 hitter at the plate, Lunar, who's got a big 2 RBI double in the on-deck circle. Organ Mountain will have 3, 4, and 5 in their order due up in the home half. Some serious toughness shown by the Lady Tigers today to fall behind early and rally back, which has not been unusual for them this year. They've had to rally in a number of games to get wins. And it's well hit, and that's down for a single, the first base side. They will send Cisco home. Here's the throw to third, not in time. And the Lady Tigers add on another. It's 11-7. Three runs home in the inning now. Talked about that insurance and closed an arm. And And I think we're maybe going to see a pitching change for Oregon Mountain. So Justice will come out. And I think they're going back to Cordova. So Cordova will re-enter here. So Cordova will come back out and try to stop the bleeding here. It'll be runners at the corners. Top of the 7th inning. And if you're Alamo, you take every little bit of run that you can get in this spot. Now, Cordova pitched well through the first 2 innings and then got into a little bit of trouble in the third, and the bases were loaded. And I think at that point it was 5-3. And then Justice would come in, and I think she walked 3 straight when she came in. And Alamo went in front 6-5 at that juncture. And winner advances to play tomorrow. It'll be a 9:30 a.m. start time tomorrow. And it'll be against Cleveland High School.
Your Alamogordo pitcher, number 23, Chloe Ludor. Come on, babe.
Lunar steps in the left-hand batter's box, and see Cordova again, shows bunt, brings it back. Runner will advance to second, no throw. So Evans out to second base, and so it's second and third now. 1-0 the count.
I can't wait, kid.
There's the pitch. And that'll miss outside. 2-0 to Lunar. And I'd say with Chloe's bat, you'd maybe think about walking her in this spot, but Davi's got 2 hits today and an RBI, and she is an exceptionally dangerous hitter as well. This is hard hit out to left center field. It is all the way to the wall. Kosum will score. Evans will score. Lunar a stand-up double. And the Lady Tigers have a 6-run lead, 13-7. They're in front. 5 runs home in the inning for Alamogordo. So Davi Gonzalez will come up with a runner in scoring position. She brought in Evans in the 6th inning. That was, at that point, the game-winning run, and still the game-winning run right now. And now the Lady Tigers have massive breathing room going to the bottom of the 7th. With 5 runs home in this inning. And it's in there for a called strike, going 1.
That's my man. That's my man. Hey, Roper should have given me 600 and some Blue Rock.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Hey, go right. Here we go.
Davi got a little bit in front of that.
Here we go. Hey, you're going to amaze yourself right here, kid. Watch what you're going to do, man. Watch, kid. Here we go.
Gonzalez ready to go. And a swing and a miss, struck her out. That is just the first out of the inning. Lady Tigers have gone double, a fielder's choice where they didn't get the tag at third. Single, 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 double. And Iceland Ortiz will come to the plate. Sack fly, sack bunt, strikeout, and a line out. And she comes up to the plate for the 5th time. One of the field umpires brushing off the pitching rubber. I think maybe just so they can have a better look of where the feet are there.
No, you can't, Iceland.
A runner on second with 1 down. And Ortiz out the right center field. That's all the way to the wall. Ortiz around first, try to get to second. The throw in is not on the mark. Lunar scores, and the Lady Tigers bring across their 6th run of the inning, and they lead now 14-7. Second RBI of the day for Ortiz. First one on that sac fly earlier. And Alyssa Bautista comes to the plate, 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs, a pop out.
Alyssa, get you one for Johnny, man. For Johnny, kid.
And the first pitch is going to miss outside, 1-0. And we talked about the Lady Tigers. A little bit of struggle hitting last Friday and Saturday. I think they've broken out of that today. As that fouled off, 1-1. And especially here in the late innings.
Imagine when you hit that ball, Liz. Imagine, man. Get you one for Johnny, man.
Cordova ready to go. And here's the pitch. And that's a called strike. And the count's 1-2.
Hey, just 6-1, man. Just 6-1.
Here it comes from Cordova. This is high, 2-2. Ninth hitter of the inning for the Lady Tigers in this top of the 7th. Led 8-7 coming into the inning. Now up 14-7. Runner on second with one down. Ground ball and snagged by the pitcher. She'll toss it on to first as Cordova. It does move the runner up to third base. And we'll bring up Elise Ramon, who got this inning going. She doubled and scored to start off this inning. And another base hit here can add another run of insurance for the Lady Tigers. That pitch is going to miss. First offering to Ramon, 1-0. Elise 1 for 2 today. Hit by a pitch in the second, walked and scored in the third, grounded out in the 5th. Watch that one miss outside. 2-0. And this is hit to the bag at second. The shortstop over to make the grab off the end of the bat. And Menchaca makes the play. But the Lady Tigers with a ton of insurance. 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning. They're up 14-7, and we'll try to finish it off in the bottom of the 7th when we return on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Lady Tigers 14, Lady Knights 7.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other restrictions do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Alamogordo in front, 14-7. 7-run lead. How much of a difference that makes For Chloe Lunar here, you can give up a single, you can give up a walk, and the tension really isn't too high for you. Morgan Mountain going to need a huge inning as it's on the outside corner for a called strike to Hannah Justice, who knocked in 2 runs back in the first with a triple and a single in the second, grounded out in the fourth. The 0-1. And it's going to be into the outfield for a base hit. And a single for Justice, her 4th hit of the day. But again, for the Lady Tigers, you're okay with that. You know, if you get a ground out, moves the runner up, you're perfectly fine, or, you know, sac fly. Just can't let Oregon Mountain start to get some momentum and hit after hit after hit. As that's on the outside corner on the fastball for a strike, 0-1. Leah Malero doubled in a run back in the first, would score as well, struck out and grounded out in her other 2 at-bats. Fouled off and back in our direction, 0-2.
Hey, best pitch right here, Chloe. Dobby, let her know she can, kid. Lift her up, girls.
Malero steps back in. And here comes the 0-2. Try to get her to chase on a pitch outside and up. And it's 1-2 now. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. Lennar has not allowed a run since the 3rd inning and has only allowed 2 hits since Oregon Mountain retook the lead. What a great pitching performance after a tough first few innings. And a ground ball that'll go foul to third base line, 0-1. So many things worked out well for the Lady Tigers where that they succeeded on to be able to rally back in this game.
Now you know, W, be ready, Bird. Moving on the release, kid.
Defensively, some big plays for Alamogordo. Trying to hit that outside corner, gets the call. 0-2. And that's Chloe really hitting her spots here late. Ariana Fuentes, the hitter, singled in the 5th, walk in the 3rd, scored a run, also brought in an RBI and a ground out. Ground ball to the right side. Oh, a little bit of trouble for Ortiz, and so it'll get away. That'll be an error. But again, that's something you can just shake off if you're the Lady Tigers. Obviously, that's a 2nd out, but you got a 7-run lead. If this is still 8-7, the stress is huge right here. It's just a 1-run lead coming into this with runners on 1st and 2nd and 1 out. All right, Gordon coming to the plate, and she'll send this foul out of play up the first base side, I'm sorry. Only 1 the count. Gordon, I think, only hit in the 1st inning where she was subbed out. She lines one to center. That is over the head of Evans. And so 1 run will score. They will hold the runner at 3rd. And it's a double for Gordon. But again, instead of a tie game, it's still a 6-run lead for the Lady Tigers. But Oregon Mountain, a little bit of momentum. And Abigail Sanchez will come to the plate, or we may see a pinch hitter here. I think we are. That's number 4. And we have not seen, I believe it's Rema, or Zaima Delgado coming to the plate. So Delgado get a chance. Sanchez had gone 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Home plate umpire still explaining the change for Morgan Mountain actually, now we got the home plate umpire. Alamo fans.
We love you, D.
Giving some shout outs to Zaima Delgados, who's subbing in. And so whatever the explanation the umpire got from the Morgan Mountain head coach is good, and he relayed that to the Alamogordo dugout, and we're ready to go. So a 6-run lead for the Lady Tigers. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Never easy to come off the bench in this spot, but you know that each one of these kids get excited about an opportunity to have a chance to help your team at state. Couldn't get the outside corner that time, 1-1. Second and third for Morgan Mountain, 1 out. You'll definitely trade a run for an out here if you're Alamogordo. And this is going to be hit foul up the first base side, 1-2.
Hey, best pitch right here, Chloe. Let's go, you and Haley.
So if you're on the infield, you're not trying to get a tag out from somebody or get a lead runner. You're going to first base and getting the out. Outside. 2-2. And one thing for the Lady Tigers, a lot of experience on this infield. Swing and a miss. Well, they've got a foul tip, but it's in the glove. And the second strikeout of the inning, and Alamogordo 1 out away. As Haley Justice will come to the plate. There's another sub here. Now it's going to be Haley again. Justice 0 for 2. Hit by pitch. Got on and scored in the third. Couple of ground outs otherwise. That's on the outside corner, called strike, 0-1. Lady Tigers hoping to be playing again tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. That's going to miss up and outside, 1-1.
Hey, call it a strike now, babe. Call it a strike now, believe in it, babe. Let's go, kid, you can.
Runners on second and third. Alamogordo up 14-8 here in the bottom of the seventh. Check swing. That's a called strike. 1-2. Lady Tigers looking for just one more strike. And an incredible rally. Trailing 5-0. Took a 6-5 lead. Retook the lead, or rather fell back behind 8-7. Fouled off as Justice stays alive. I'm sorry, fell back behind 7-6. Retook the lead 8-7 in the sixth, and then 6 runs in the top of the seventh. Gave them a ton of insurance here. So that 1 run didn't hurt them. And even with 2 on here, much different situation here for Chloe Lennar. Another 2-strike pitch. Here comes the 1-2. Struck her out, and the Lady Tigers rally for the win and advance to the final 6. Fell behind 5-0 to begin this game and rally back, win at 14-8 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. The Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show is coming up for you next. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. As we celebrate 70 years, we want to say thank you to our community for trusting us. We are honored to serve our neighbors, families, and small businesses. That's the First National Bank difference.
Member FDIC.
Are you starting your own business or looking to expand? This is Jackie at First National Bank. It's easy. Apply online at www.fnb4u.com. Let's get started.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other restrictions do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Alamogordo a winner, 14-8. And they advance to play Cleveland High School tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. here at Cleveland High School. And the Lady Tigers will have to obviously keep on winning. They need to win 3 games tomorrow to get all the way to the state championship game. But an incredible rally today after falling behind 5-0 and fight back and come away with the victory. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. That would have been a tie ball game at that point if that had gone that way. Well, I was recapping the game there. As I looked up, I saw that we froze on there, so my apologies. If you've been listening, you know all of what happened there. So 14-8, the Lady Tigers get the victory. Hopefully all of that went over the air. Always seems to happen in my post game. I don't know why that is. Weird. Anyway, Clothinar goes the full 7 innings, ends up striking out all 3, or I wouldn't say the side, but she struck out 3 in the 7th inning. So she had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts in the game. Tough start. She gives up 7 runs in the first 3 innings. She didn't allow any, or she gave up 1 in the 7th, but she really shut down Oregon Mountain after that. And the Lady Tigers, of course, with 6 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 6th, and 6 more in the 7th inning. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast. We are going to be on the air tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. here from Cleveland High School. As let me double check and make sure I'm not crazy on the game time. Yes, it is 9:30. If they win that game, they would play Centennial or Piedra Vista or Las Cruces. Sounds like PV and Cruces are still playing behind us. So would be one of those 3 teams that they would end up playing. But Cleveland is who they get tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. And we'll be on the air around 9:15. That's the first game of the day. So we will start right on time, and we'll look forward to bringing that to you. Congratulations to the Lady Tigers on the win on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. They get it 14-8. And thanks to Otero Federal Credit Union for bringing you the post-game show. Shout out to the Winter Circle, Ochoa Stucco, and First National Bank, our other Tiger Sports sponsors. And we will talk to you tomorrow here from Rio Rancho. Have a great day, everybody, or evening, I should say. And we'll talk to you soon.
No roadblocks are scheduled for the remainder of today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast, mostly clear skies and breezy. In Alamogordo, expect an overnight low of 64. Cloudcroft, an overnight low of 50. For tomorrow, sunny skies, clear tomorrow night. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 87, low of 61. Cloudcroft tomorrow, high of 71, and an overnight